Hey everybody, it's Kelly, and I'm back with day number 13, but I want to show you something first. At one point between day 5 and day 6, I don't know if you'll remember this, but I put a vellum piece front and back decorated between the 2 days just because I thought it was a little busy. And I love this, except what started to happen is that the vellum was actually ripping here and actually did totally rip out of the book because it was being, I was going back and forth with it so much. So all I did was I grabbed some of my washi tape and I just put a strip of that down and then punched through it. That makes this a lot stronger, and now I'm not having that problem. So just a little heads up. If you're going to do this with the vellum, just save yourself the heartache and do it right away. So anyway, so this was day 12, and I may at some point pop something between these two as well, because I think there's a lot going on here, especially because I have my Christmas card, I have the bag with my letter in it, and then I have the actual page. So thinking that I might do that. So this is day 12, and I just realized I never journaled on day 12. So I will do that before I finish today. Now, I didn't even think about this, but I planned my photos for the day today. Grabbed the photos, and I had dinner with some really good friends last night. And unfortunately we didn't take a picture, and we often don't do that. This particular group of women doesn't like to have their pictures taken, and despite the fact that we've lost a very good friend this year and we've talked about the importance of having pictures, that we still don't do it. So anyway, and honestly, there were some things going on that we got together, and a couple of us are having some struggles in our lives. So it was great to be together, but it wasn't exactly the happiest occasion. So what has happened here is I forgot about the fact that I had done the shaker pocket here. So I have two photos here. One is of my, what I had for dinner, and then the other is the menu where that dinner is. So just taking a quick look at this, I think I want to just leave this shaker pocket so you can see through the back side of it. If I do this, it kind of, well, I don't want to say that it defeats the purpose of the shaker pocket, and I guess this isn't awful now that I look at it. I mean, I could do this. Thinking really hard about this. And then what I could do is down here, I could put the photo of my actual piece. And I wanted to be able to see through, but as I'm looking at this, the see-through is okay, but it's not fantastic. So I'm going to change my mind, and I'm just going to add this in. Except before I do that, I think, I have an option here of doing whatever kind of that I want for the, for this piece here. I think what I will do is put some kind of little star from my puffies right next to what I ate. I've done this before. Star, heart, something. And I think I want to be able to see it, and I want it small. So there's a little red puffy star right here. So let's do that right next to that. And just seeing if there's anything else that I might want to add on this. Kind of like the idea of this love here, because it was really delicious. And merry moments, not so appropriate, not family time, obviously. Just looking to see if there's anything else that's appropriate. Obviously it is December, so that would work. But okay, so let's deal with these two things first. So I need to do another 4x4 here, and then that strip of 2x8. And I'm kind of thinking that what I'll do is just back it with another piece of that because it's easy, right? I know what my measurement is there, all of that good stuff. So let's just do it. We'll do the 2x8 strip there. Make my life really simple. Yes, my ATG tape. Like I said, I don't usually have problems with this, but I just have a bad run of tape. And I shouldn't say, most of the time it's operator error. And it looks like now that I've gone through most of the tape that this might be a little bit better. Let's hope anyway, right? Set this off to the side. Hey, by the way, guys, I know somebody commented on my chair, and I've talked about my chair. Santa's bringing me a chair for Christmas. One of my clients, who is a very close friend, gave me a very generous Christmas bonus, and I decided to order a chair with it. So the chair is coming. You probably won't be in the videos until after Christmas, which you'll get a few days of that, just because it has to be put together. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm very excited that I finally will have a new chair and you guys won't have to listen to me squeaking all the time. So thanks for being patient about that. All right, now the other question I have is, do I want to leave this just as it is? And there is a lot of orange here, and I'm just going to deal with that. I'm looking to see if I can get that green heart paper again, but I don't have a piece big enough. So, oh, I didn't even think about the fact that I might have a lot of words here. And I almost think that it would be better with this on red. Not the time to think about that, right? Instead of green. Yeah, I like that better on red than green. Okay, now if I decide to put this on paper, I can still use it with that as a backing, because my 6x8, oh, that's right, this is the one that was kind of stuck in. But anyway, my papers are, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, the papers for the 6x8s and 6x6s are largely white on the background, so that makes it really easy for this particular application. This is one of the problems with doing this and talking to you as I do this. Sometimes I lose my train of thought because I'm thinking about what I'm doing next plus talking to you. That obviously does not always work well. Okay, so I like the way that looks. The question is, do we do something up here to make, because I could cut this down a little bit, like here, so that I had, you know, more space here. And I could cut it like here as well, because my part of the menu you can see. So if I do it with that, if I do this with that, I won't have that opportunity. Now the other thing is I do have some papers that would probably be good for journaling on. So I could do something like this, you know, set this one aside and maybe find something else to put that square photo on. And then the question is, do we just do this? I don't know about you guys, but I'm not loving the two reds together. And I know wasteful, 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 but really, I have lots of paper. Just be careful when you're ripping, because I'm ripping the sheet right now that I want to keep. So here I'm going to do, again, I'm going to cut this. And I'm not sure if you can hear that, but my cats are having crazy fights upstairs right now. My scrap room is in my basement. Okay, so I get a second chance to try to line this up. I think that looks good. Oh, I just saw the back of this, which is a little plaid. Let's see what we think about that. Oh, well, I could do it, but of course it's not. And it is the wrong red. This is more of a bricky red. Okay, so let's put this on here and see what I think. I'm not loving this orange here, so I think what I'm gonna do is put a die cut across that so that this works better with this page, because it's disturbing me right now. And so what I'm going to do is grab my envelopes of die cuts here. These are just the die cut labels. I could also do it from my, okay, that one's not quite long enough. Do it with the things that I have for this year too. It's just that I thought this might be quicker because I know I have a lot of them. Ooh, that's kind of cute because this is a candy one. And since this is about, okay, so not, oh, okay. Actually, I like this, the way this looks because of the, it's covering that, but you can still see the global pastas. The only thing I'm wondering is if I could find something that's that size, but just with no little decal thing on it, because I think that's taking up a lot of journaling room. The other thing I can do, of course, is add some journaling over here on this one. And you saw me do that yesterday, actually. So just quick grabbing my, I think I'm quickly grabbing my envelope of die cuts from this year. There we go. The reason I have this out, by the way, is those are from my Secret Not Secret Advent calendar, and I'm thinking it might be fun to add one of those over here somewhere. So I'm toying with that as well. So I don't need perfection, but yeah, red label, not as good. Okay, so I looked, didn't find it, liked the way this looked. So we're going to just add this, and I want to cover the orange. And I don't want to, you know, sometimes how I'll put the labels off and then I'll run them off to the side a little bit. I don't want to do that on this because it would look funny with this particular one. I think if I did that, it wouldn't be very balanced. So back to this. I don't have a 4x4 left of that. And you can, now I've kind of faked them before too, so that maybe I might not have a whole 4x4. I'm starting to get a lot of scraps of paper. Now, I also do have 12x12 Christmas paper. I've just been trying to use my 6x6 and 6x8 first, because otherwise I wind up with a lot of that at the end of the year. Magic. Okay. So now I'm going to want to cut this down. I'm going to go to my trimmer and see. I'll cut off this border and then see what that measurement is. So here's the deal. It's going to be a little uneven here because I had to either cut the picture down or not lose very much of it. So 4 before. And then this one I won't be able to center per se. Hard to see this when I have all this stuff on my desk. I think I've said this before, I don't normally scrapbook with this much stuff around me. So sometimes it gets a little disturbing. Okay, so I'm just gonna tuck this in and let's see how that looks. Yeah, and actually I really like that because I think you can see the envelope and all of that, the shaker element even better with the white behind it in this particular case. I think you can read, there's lettering and stuff on this, so I think you can read it a little bit better. Now, we still have the number to go on for the day. I have my little heart there by what I ate. You know, it's kind of funny because this is a little unbalanced now, so I think I'm going to need to put something up at the top there. Pull this back out again. Now that I know I like that. And I'm not gluing this down yet because I'm kind of trying to see what I think I might like. So, you know, I could do a little star or something up there. Actually, so I have embellishment baskets right next to me. And so I keep all of my like Elle Studio Hearts and all that kind of stuff right here, the puffies. And so I'm going to look, and there is some green here. And since I found it fast, we're going to do this. I think this was their autumn mix of hearts. It was in it one time this autumn. So we're going to do that one up there. And then now the question is, do I want to do another one in another color? And I'm thinking the answer to that is yes, because I can always add, you know, hearts down here. Let's do black here, and I'm just going to pop it like right there so that it's on a different plane, so that card's decorated. Okay, now we need something here, and I said I wanted to use one of these if I could, so I kind of like that. There's the tree, the candy cane, the reindeer, the presents. We didn't do any presents. There is a star, which is kind of cute. Oh, ornament. It's an ornament, which is a star. I like that because it's a little bit more solid. Oh. Okay, that sounded ridiculous, but the 13 is a star here. This might have been better with stars. It doesn't fit here though. So what that's telling me is this 13 probably needs to go on here somewhere, and I'll probably want to get a star or a heart somewhere. I do still have this circle paper that you just saw me I do still have some of that left, so I could cut some more of these out if I wanted to. So not loving any of these options. The candy cane is kind of cute. And December might be good because that could get some... Okay, well that's good, but it's too long because I would like to do too much slang, because I would like to do a cluster here. I've got the Good Cheer found here. These are all, oh, here's a heart. So now I know that this is green, but I'm thinking we're going to add a little red candy cane in here as well. Maybe. Yeah. So that kind of gives that if ideally I would have done this with a red heart, but I know there was one, but I've used it already. Okay. So we've got stars here, hearts here, stars and hearts here. We want to do our day 13 with that star. So day 13 needs to go up here. Note to self, it would be helpful if you glued the photo down before you started putting the cluster on the photo. Now, you guys, I didn't talk about this, but because it was in the thought process going on in my head, but I could have created some sort of, if I didn't want to do this where I put this card behind this, I could have created a flip up here, and I've done this before. So you put the, you know, your photo on whatever you want to here, you create a flip up, and you can use washi tape if you don't have the flip ups that they make. So you just do this kind of a thing, and then if the back of this is white, you do another piece of paper, and then you have a place, like I'll often do photo journaling kind of a thing. And that's another option I could have done. I just didn't this particular time, but I have done that before. Okay, so I'm thinking a little bit of green over here might help. And I'm thinking that green might need to be in the form of some enamel dots, or I think I saw holly, but the holly leaves, which are over here, I think you guys can see that, are too big. I'm starting to get a lot of shapes, and it's a little bit too much for me. So I'm going to look and see here what I have. We have a little black heart, tiny little black heart. So maybe I could do green, black and green. Let's see. So I don't think I'd like this if this is here, but I think I like that there. And then I think that's good. I think that's good right the way it is. We have our number on. We have the menu. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff on here. I'm rethinking this card because it feels like there's so much writing on here. It feels like a lot. But if I do this, it's going to be unbalanced, right? It's really bothering me, guys. That's why I'm playing with this. That how unbalanced it looks at the moment is bugging me. I need like a heart that's thick. And in the right red. That's not too much to ask, is it? And I don't think it's going to be, because I just found some hearts that I think might work. Yeah. This is one of those, I think I'm trying too hard. This red heart slid a little far for where it is. Let's get that there. And I just need to see. Here's a red heart. Is this too big? Yes, okay. Trying too hard. Leave it alone, Kelly. It will be okay. It's a sum of the book. So I think I'm going to just leave this as it is right now. And if that really bothers me, I can always change it at a later date. But really, honestly, you guys, by the time I look at the end of this book, it won't. So that's it. That's it for day 13th. And you'll be seeing this a couple days later. But it was actually a pretty good Friday the 13th for me. So hope you guys are well. And I will be back again tomorrow. Bye.